Dear viewers, it's Friday, so that means a new episode of Twins Television. It's a long-awaited video. We're continuing with the Lamborghini
Gallardo project.
And in this episode, we hopefully turn on the contact and then we eventually see what the total mileage is on this car. Before we can do that, we need to dismantle this wiring harness because we obviously don't want to turn on the contact like this. Are you curious? Keep watching. I'm mega curious. Let's get started quickly. Let's go. Before we can dismantle the wiring harness, we first need to remove a few chassis beams from the engine compartment before we can actually proceed. So that's where we're going to start. The chassis beams, the wiring harness is wrapped around them. So let's just quickly get started and dismantle.
Let's
go. Viewers, it's Friday, so that means a new episode of Twins Television. It's the video you all have been waiting for a long time. We are continuing with the Lamborghini Gallardo project, and in this episode, we are hopefully going to turn ECH on, and then we will finally see what the total mileage is on this car. Before we can do that, we need to dismantle this wiring harness, because we obviously don't want to turn on the contact like this. In the second episode, we attempted to unscrew my cap to check if it contained coolant, if my memory serves me right. Now we've reached the point where I'm going to dismantle the coolant reservoir, and I have some great news you need to hear. There's just coolant in it. I think people are declaring us crazy, that we just think there's still coolant in it. Why? Yes, because the burnt pipes are burnt, everything is burnt. Yes, I do hear something liquid. So let's drain it into a clear container so we can see what comes out. Let's do this. Look at that. That creates a lot of space, boy. You can now also see those eyes where you hoist him up. Oh yes, they have done that very cleverly because he just has 4 lifting points to keep him nice and stable. And that is of course what we are going to use to hoist the block out. Wow guys, now that we have arrived, you see it, right? The coolant is nicely colored. This is just how it is supposed to be. So that is another sign in the right direction that the block is still good. But of course we only find out when the block is disassembled and we are going to measure compression and look at things in the block. So I am really looking forward to that, but that is not today. But this is another sign that it will be fine. Yes! As you can see, we are under the Lamborghini. Look forward, 1 mega bottom plate. That's not strange because you don't have unnecessary air spaces there. We still need to disconnect the forward drive shaft since this car has quattro drive. To disconnect it, we must lift the car off the ground completely, allowing the front wheels to turn. And before we can let the front wheels spin, we're going to dismantle this ugly Haman's size curse. So we're going to keep going. Let's go. As you saw in the time-lapse footage, we've undone the 2 central bolts that hold the engine mount in place. They are hefty bolts, size 24, so yeah, it should be. It's a Mega V10. In addition, we've put the car on blocks, on 4 blocks to be exact. It was quite difficult to find the jacking points because this car doesn't have them, so we had to jack it up at the right spot to avoid causing damage. And in addition, we've disassembled the side skirts. They are also for sale. So, if you're interested, let us know. But it's also good that they were actually under the car. And for that, I actually have to thank the previous owner. Because if you don't do this, check this out. How many scrapes? Unbelievable. It has protected the car massively. And one last thing. The front brakes are just brand new. Not a single edge to be found. Even the stickers are on the brake pads. That's also a cool point. It saves money. Now that I've mentioned it, it's not normal. Let's continue with the wiring harness which goes in here. And for that, we still have to dismantle all sorts of things here to find the big central plug. I hope so. And when we get that far, we can finally turn on the contact. Let's go.
Food.
Can someone tell me what this unit is? What is this? As you can see, we have dismantled the interior panels. And then we found out that it's not just a simple cable coming in. Okay, wait, I'm gonna show it like this. So we thought it was actually in the corner. So we actually thought that the wiring would come in here in the corner. So the cable trunking that you see running here, that very thick one, that it actually runs in like this. So that turned out not to be the case. What did we do then? Well, I actually thought that we had to completely dismantle the fuel tank here to get to the K-band. Well, it turns out that's not the case.
Not at all.
Not at all, because we first dismantled this, as you could see in the images. And this is your fuel tank then with the catch on it. And that of the vapor on, yes, no, I don't know what it's called. But okay, we dismantled that. And then I saw that the cables go inside in the corner. So what did I do? I cut these cables on a fresh piece. where they are still quite nice. I think I will pull on the cables inside now, then move it to...
Bring it in.
Because those cables are no longer usable. Or are we going to share it like this? Never! That's precisely this part, where it remains beautiful. And I've separated the cables a bit so they don't touch each other and can't short circuit. In addition, I found another bundle of cables that was completely broken. You've disconnected all the ECU connectors, correct? Yes, all ECU connectors are disconnected. If something still short circuits that we don't know about, at least our expensive computers won't break. Water is ready everywhere in buckets. No powder extinguishers, as we've learned from past experiences. Never use a powder extinguisher on your car. We're going to involve the polder. We also don't really have an option to pull the car out if things go wrong. No, so extra.
Exciting, guys.
I find this so exciting. This is just a moment we've been looking forward to for so long. Then you finally find out what the meter reading is, the mileage, and whether it all turns on, and whether it all turns on. Without fire indeed. We don't have a fire extinguisher, as we just said. We have buckets of water ready. I have the booster attached. There is enough tension in it. It is completely green. Yes, just open it, then we can just see how much mileage there is. Okay? Okay, 3, 2, 1, time for the commercial break. Hey, I hear something. I hear something. Hey, are you with electricity? Oh, the meter is burning. Here you have the camera. Yes, he has walked more than we thought. He has walked 162 miles, guys. Driven. And it's off again. It's off again. Hey, the interior lights are on. That's great. Great. Okay, but also turn on the radio and such. Put the key in, because it's still not in there. Our beautiful Audi key. Here we go. Watch out behind to see if you don't hit anything or if it smokes. It's beeping a lot in all directions. It's going, hey.
Hey.
The radio is working. It's just working, man. Hey, that one's working too. Super sick, guys. Yeah, all malfunctions. But what? Everything works. We haven't tried anything yet, but it does turn on. Come sit next to me. Super thick. I really expected it wouldn't work. Look, we just have battery voltage. Shall I turn on my light? No, don't, but we cut that off. Okay, but shall we see if we do the windows? Yes, 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 what they do, it does it to me too. So that's sick just with your slow yes, very sick, but how does this work? So, off for a moment, on for a moment. Hey, does the light also turn on? Yes, it does work. How does it turn off? Wow, everything just works. Does it also honk? Oh, that sounds quite pitiful. What a milestone. Super. We also have seat heating and stuff. Oh, those seats shouldn't move. Then we can take the seatbelts away. Yes, they work. Wow, Don. This is a huge milestone. We can accomplish so much with this. It's absolutely incredible, man. Seatbelts, everything, and it all just works. This is a moment of realization. I just can't believe it, man. So sick. This is what we've been working towards, right? All those weeks. Dear viewers, was this exciting or was this exciting? Exciting, because we can't make this for you and for ourselves. We were a bit off with the mileage. Yes, we couldn't have known that actually. That's just an estimate based on what we saw. But 110,000 is not too bad. At least it's not 2 tons. But that doesn't matter, as long as the car is well maintained. But guys, the car has been turned on, the ignition is on, and everything just works in the car. Everything forward just works. The radio turns on, the climate control turns on, the mirror control works, everything works. It's just mind-blowing that when your car is in such a state, everything works on that side. But guys, we still have a chance to save this car from its downfall. How much dust comes out is still clear. The clutch that comes out is still good in our opinion. The gearbox from the inside still looks good. Now just block that can make or break him. We have a good feeling that he's just going to do it. So guys, don't forget to subscribe. That's of course what supports us the most. Give a thumbs up, it's good for our algorithm, and leave a comment if you think it's a cool project or think we could do better. You'll see us back next week with a new episode. He's from Block, taking a break, and see you then. Bye.